These energies are going to keep going. And we're going to keep going too. You figured that out by now. How's everyone doing? It's good to see everyone. Once again, we're seeing anomalies, glitches, energies that are shifting us to a new reality. And it's important that we take the time to discuss these energies, what we're experiencing from them, so that others can see the path to where we're going as the collective. It's good to see all of you as well. So once again, we've had a blackout in the Schumann resonance. And every time we have activity, whether it's a blackout, a glitch, or a major spike, we're seeing it affect our physical vessel, right? So the Schumann resonance is measuring electromagnetic energy that's coursing through the cavity of the earth. And if you're new to this, the Schumann resonance is a vertical electromagnetic wave that goes from the Earth's surface up to the ionosphere. And we're all living in this cavity, so it's going to affect us. And the Schumann resonance is directly connected to human consciousness. So if you're new to this, I've made several videos on it. You could take a look at that on the channel page. But today I just want to talk about what we've recently experienced. Just reading the chat, a lot of people are experiencing this up and down, feeling energetic and feeling tired. This morning I feel kind of energetic. Thank you, Didi. I appreciate that. It's got to be shared with the world. And you all are getting this information out there, and I appreciate all of you. So, yeah, we're going to talk about this 18-hour blackout of data. What happens in the blackout? What happens in the void? Creation is done in the void. So we might have had some experiences during this time period. So we're going to share some maybe symptoms, some experiences that I've had, and you all share yours in the comments. And when we collaborate, we give others comfort that's new to this great shift that we're all going through, right? So right now, there's a war going on, a war for human consciousness. And where we focus our attention, that's the timeline that we're going to wind up on. So it's important to know all these things. It's important to understand this reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, just like Nikola Tesla shared with us a long time ago. And I'm here to finish the job, along with all the light warriors, the light workers of the world. Yeah. So we're going to go over, just giving everyone another minute to get on, and then everyone will share it out for the replay. But I appreciate this time together, and I wanted to get this out to you as soon as possible after it happened. It might not be relevant 2 days from now. So what I always say, keep going. So I keep getting the message out there as soon as I can. And I appreciate your attention. I appreciate your presence, because that's how we're actually shifting the collective consciousness as we vibrationally stick together. So let's see all the energies that we're going through right now, all the experiences. Hello, everyone. I am Michael, and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. So we're all experiencing this energy right now, and it could manifest many different ways. So 3 symptoms that I wanted to share, maybe 2 are symptoms, one's an experience. But from this moment of the blackout, I've experienced the need again for extra sleep. And when we're familiar with our homeostasis, when we're familiar with our body, we know our rhythms and when it's time to go to bed and when it's abnormal that we can't keep our eyes open or we can't get up in the morning. So around the time of the blackout, I passed out cold very early, right? Way before I would normally go to bed. Couldn't keep my eyes open, just had to sleep. And then I noticed that I had a very vivid dream during this blackout time. Still wasn't aware of it though. And I've also noticed post blackout that the ringing in the ears was giving a different tone. So not a long lasting, right? My ears always ring, but for a period of time, I was hearing a ring that I never heard before, right? The tone was very different. So I'm sharing this. Many of you are experiencing ringing in the ears. And maybe as I share this message, you say, oh, I also experience a little change in the ringing that I normally hear, right? So we're becoming more energetic. Our light bodies are coming online, if you will. So for the last few years, many of us have been experiencing ringing in the ears. And maybe you've stumbled across this message and that's new. And you say, hey, I've been experiencing ringing in the ears as well. So maybe you've noticed that you're hearing a change in the tone of what you're hearing. Maybe you've noticed that your sleep patterns have changed. As I read the comments, as I share this transmission, I'm seeing that people are either wide awake, they're wired, right? Can't sleep, or they're very tired. And that's a point of this. And there's no right or wrong of what you feel. You're just feeling the energy, and all of our bodies are different. So whatever the changes that we're going through from the energies that are coming in, right? So 93% of the function of DNA is light and sound reception and transmission. We don't have junk DNA. It serves a greater purpose. So when the energies come in, it's going to affect our physical vessel. And it affects the vessel differently. We're all unique. We're all on the journey. We're all on our own journeys, right? And we've had some blockages, built up energies, right? We're all different because our journeys were different. So when the energies come in, it affects us in different ways. So you might be more tired. You might be less tired. So keep that in mind. But having the feeling that it's back on, that's the feeling, the energy theme that I'm having the feeling it's back on, right? So maybe like we've had, uncertainty, maybe this will never end, right? But now we're maybe feeling the energy theme of it's back on. So we keep having these ups and downs, and this is where you have to start thinking deeper that there's a lot of energies and a lot of forces right now trying to dictate where we're going as the collective. And that's why it's not so easy to see. You can't see the path from 3D eyes. You have to sit back and look down on it with 5D eyes. And even then, you still don't know the path. No one knows the path right now. The only thing that we could control is ourselves. And that's important right now, is to go within during this time period. So we might be feeling that it's back on, right? We feel that everything is going to start peaks and valleys. So there are clearly energies at work here trying to direct us. And I sat here, right, maybe about a week ago, and I said up and down. And yet again, that's what we're feeling. You might feel like we're approaching the event horizon, and then you feel like we maybe fall back down. This is the authentic way of going about this. It's not going to, we have to say what we need to hear, not what we want to hear, right? And that's what I'm here to do. Might not be everyone's cup of tea, but I have to be authentic. So sometimes we move forward and sometimes we move backwards. And that's just how it is. I know it's rough. I don't want to deal with it either. I want it over with. I'm just like you, right? So sometimes we move forward, sometimes we move backwards. In true narcissistic form, these creatures will not allow this to just, go away and give everything back to the people, right? So they're trying all that they can. And when we start to think in other dimensional energies, when you just sit there and you say, this just doesn't make sense, that's all you need to do is notice that something is not right. It doesn't matter what it is. In yourself, in your sacred heart, not the brain, in your heart, you have to sit back and you say, something's not right. And once you do that, that's all you need to do. You'll be on your awakening path and everything is going to change. Everything that we've learned, everything about our everyday lives is going to change. And that's what you need to notice. You just say to yourself, and everyone's at a different part in their journey right now. Some people were up long before me, and some people are just getting up now. So, and that's okay. It's a divine plan. And, some of us might have had an accelerated path, a couple of years, and some of you might have been on this path for 20 years or even longer than that. If you're on the path for more than 20 years, write it in the chat. So it's not an easy path. And, I could see, if you're awake for many years, if you've been, how it could really drain you. So, maybe, certain people are just only waking up now because it is very taxing to be awake for so long and see, none of this makes any sense, but that's what's happening right now. Oh, I got some 20 and 30 years. I pray for you. It's a long time. It's a long time. And, you're kind of stuck in the energy, but hopefully, very soon, very, very soon, we're all going to see the end of this, the end of the filth, the end of the control, and the restoration of everything and giving it back to the people, right? So we need to get to a place of not bowing down. And we're seeing that more and more. In true narcissistic fashion, they will all destroy themselves. And, more people will stop participating in the matrix. More and more people every day, even when I come across them, they're getting sick and tired of it. You might not see this, right? But when you just walk around, and that's the guidance I give people, go out in nature, find your brothers and sisters, and just talk to them like that. Don't worry about any manipulation going on. People are tired of the nonsense. And once again, I'm going to say, when are we going to worry about our children and how they're getting dragged into this, right? A lot of our children, they don't know anything else than what's going on right now. And it's going to be buried in their subconscious mind. And I'm going to keep sharing that because someone has to stand up for them. And when you understand science and you understand subconscious programs and you understand mental health, what are these children going to do? Many of our traumas come from childhood. This is done by design right now. So it's going to last in their subconscious mind. If you're new to this, by nature, and this is for survival, we download subconscious programs from birth to the age of 7. So think about all these young children that don't know anything else but what's going on right now. So that's why there is an urgency to end this. All right? And let's move forth as a society. Rip the Band-Aid off. There's enough waiting. There's only the power of now. So more people are going to stop participating in the matrix. People will stop going to events like sporting events, music events, movies, and then they lose. More and more parents are pulling children out of schools because they don't want them under these circumstances and deteriorating their mental health. And more people are quitting jobs, walking away from jobs, because they're realizing that's not about what this world, what this reality, what our journey is all about. We could live a simple life without the ego. Sometimes people are in jobs that don't serve their greatest purpose. And they're only in the job because they need to afford, say, certain lifestyle luxuries. And more people are realizing it's not important. It's the people in your everyday life that's important. So more and more people are going to be walking away from jobs, and that's how the matrix is going to collapse. So when you start to realize you can live a simple life and you say, oh, I'm wasting my life away. Besides, there's not much you could do with the money right now, right? So we're all sitting in this. It is a divine design for people to naturally wake up and say, the life is not about work. The life is about love. And many people, families were destroyed in society because everyone just felt, got to work more, right? Got to support the system, got to make more money. But when you're sitting in this right now and there's nothing else to do but go on a hike, have you seen my hikes, Light Warriors, right? Develop new routines and rituals, and you could realize that a simple life with good people is all you need. And that's why everything is starting to shift right now. So more and more people are going to stop participating in the matrix. And as that happens, the matrix collapses. It's just going to keep going. Every day there's more people until something clicks and says enough is enough, right? When you're in the isolation, when you're realizing you can't even do anything with you're working so hard, right? Some people are hearing this transmission and it's resonating. You work so hard, right? So now what do you do with the money if you can't even do anything? You're not free to do anything. So more and more people walk away from their job and they find simpler things that suit their greatest purpose. So we went through this blackout and we see that there is a shift in human consciousness. And when we realize there's a direct connection between the Schumann resonance and human consciousness of the collective, we're understanding that we're going through consciousness shifts. So we're going to sit back and we're going to see what manifests over the next few days after this blackout. And I hope that this message was helpful for all of you, because, Light Warriors, this reality is about to change and it will never be the same again. And so it is. Gotta start the day right. So I hope that's helpful. We're seeing, when you have, I like to be facetious. If you haven't picked up on that, these energies always affect us differently. So during that time period as well, I could reflect on, say, me and my friend that who was originally busting chops and saying to me, "Oh, you can't stay up, past 9 o'clock. What is this? You're falling asleep." And then, now I'm up early, and he's still snoozing away, not getting up. So it's not, and I hope that's a good example for you to realize that it's not all. It doesn't just hit everyone at the same time. It could even hit on different days. But if we look at that blackout, and I appreciate that. If we look at that blackout and you say, "Oh, I was tired," as a symptom, I fell asleep early. Might have been falling asleep early, Or maybe, you couldn't get up in the morning, right? That's a closer correlation. And then sometimes it might be the following day or maybe before. So that's why we have to look at things as shifts, because linear time is fake with a lot of other things in this matrix. Everything is vibration. So, yes, it is a great day to start the day. Great way to start the day. So I appreciate all of your presence. I have a lot in stored coming up. Disclosure News Italia. That's where I look for the Schumann Resonance. So did you like those hikes that we went on, Light Warriors? We're seeing that it's time to just move forth. And if you haven't seen those last two videos, those are the energies you have to focus on. There is no pain and there is no fear, and you don't give a shift about anything, because you're going to come across things that are going to knock you down. You have to worry about your attention and your focus. So you're focusing on a higher timeline right now. The 5D Earth timeline split is not an ancient myth. It's happening right now. And, when we understand perception, some people are seeing the end of the world and some people are seeing the beginning of the 5D Earth. It is important. It is imperative that you focus on the 5D Earth. And I hope those last two videos were very helpful for you. When some people say my energy gets very strong, it's also I do it all. It's motivational. Do motivational speeches, right? We do it all. We need to stay motivated. We need to stay strong. And some of the concepts might be new to you, but this is the authentic path. We didn't come here to bow down. We came here to shine our light. And that's why we're the light workers of the world. And we're going to keep going. So I hope that you enjoyed those. And I have something else. I went to another place this past weekend where there is, when you hike and you go on top of the mountain, there's these vortex trees. And I did a whole video about being in the vortex. So that'll be out soon. And, we're going to learn a lot about vortexes. It's the natural energy in the universe, the vortex, so even the earth might be a vortex, right? So there's a lot that we're going to be learning. And, those trees were pretty nice. So that's going to come out, and, I have a lot of ideas, and I'm grateful for all of you that keep sharing these messages. This will be authentic and this will go through the people. And that's why this constantly grows, because it resonates, and through free will, people are sharing. We have to do it the right way, not the fake way, right? You see the fake ones, we have to do it the right way. And that's why I'm grateful for all of you, the solid rocks, the light warriors, the true light warriors. So I appreciate all of your presence, and I hope that this update was helpful for you, because we're all dealing with these energies. They're going to be part of our reality, and it's part of the shift. So keep it all in mind. I have a lot in stored. I would also say, sometimes you go through periods, right? You might be in the zone or in the flow state where you keep getting more and more ideas, and sometimes you're in a fog, right? So I would say that I'm more in that state of creating right now. So I'm having a lot of new ideas coming to me, and ways, right? Like 5D chess to help expand this. So I'm grateful for all of you. Please keep sharing. Some people were saying that they don't get the updates or notifications when it's live. If you would take the time to go to the subscribe button, click the bell, and then select all. There's 14 steps, I know, but that's why it makes this very difficult. So if you don't select all, even if you click the bell, you still have to select all. If you don't select all, you don't see it all. So, we're doing it the hard way. So there's multiple steps that we need to do. So I appreciate, you're all spending time, and we're finding the others. That's what this is all about. And I appreciate your attention. I appreciate your presence. And if you're new to this, if you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because if we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. Stargate, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I scored a goal. I appreciate that. It's my honor to do this. Keep sharing. That's the most important thing, because attention is the currency of the universe. And that's what we need eventually. All eyes for one moment in time. And then everything will shift like the snap of a finger. You all know, right? That's how fast everything will shift. It's just going to take a moment. A lot of us are waiting, but remember, as much as everything is, it's only going to take one moment, one event to change this reality forever. And there's so many things out there. So any one of those things, if it happens, that's it. Akasha, thank you very much. 1111. I appreciate you. Like the Akashic Records. My friend Adam Gell reads the Akashic Records. That's beautiful. So keep sharing. I hope that this resonates with you. If you're new to this and you're just like, you're so confused, it's my honor to do this. That's what gives me the most joy. If you're well versed, some of you are beyond versed and you're here, I still appreciate that. The channel is our everyday lives. It's for all people. It doesn't matter if you're just starting your awakening journey or if you've been doing it for 30 years, like some of you have wrote in the chat. 144 right now on the likes. I appreciate all of you. And that's what this is all about. We have to be all together. That's what the Hopi prophecy shows us. All different colors, classes, and creeds, all different people. And someone has to take the ball and run with it. And that's what I'll do. I'm not going to just sit there and say, oh, what a nice prophecy. I'll do it. Just like my Nana said. Esther. That was my Nana's name. I appreciate that, Esther. Number one. I appreciate you. Third Coast. Thank you very much. I will keep it up. I'll keep going no matter what, all the way, because we're going to realize, I also watched two people. They discuss a little bit more intense topics than I do. And, one of the guys said, nothing else matters. He actually was very famous and now he does this work. He says, nothing else matters but this shift. What are all the accolades? What is all this worth if we don't survive as a species, right? So we have to remember that. And that's the work that we do. We're continuing on as humanity. And they will fall to us. I appreciate all of you. I love you all. And don't worry about what's going on out there, light warriors. You know why. We cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious of the Schumann resonance and the shifts in human consciousness. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Breathe it in. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the fifth dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. Never give up. Stay strong. I appreciate all of you. I hope this message was helpful for all of you. Have a great day. Namaste. Love you all. Keep going. Keep sharing. I appreciate that. We're going to keep growing every day. And mission accomplished. Take care, Light Warriors.